Hey guys, I want to talk to you about some issues that we're having on the carnivore group. Carnivore keto diet is our group, carnivore slash keto diet. Some of the issues that we have are terminology, people not knowing what things are and being confused, and us constantly having to repeat ourselves over and over again. We're having the biggest difficulty with people coming to the carnivore slash keto diet, and they're thinking that we have created a new carnivore keto, and we have not. It's carnivore or keto. The slash has kind of always meant that. It's either carnivore and keto, or carnivore or keto, or carnivore over keto, or whatever. But the slash mark has always been a dividing factor between any term with a slash in between it. So what we're having the problem with is people are coming and they're calling different things like ketovore, carnivore, carnivish, and they're making all these names and stuff up. And then when new people come in, they get confused because they simply think that we're promoting some new type of diet that is not something that we're trying to engage at all. It's just terms that people come up with to indicate that I'm having a more keto-vish or keto core or carna keto or something like that. I'm having a more meat-based or a more higher protein style keto diet. And people think these names are cool. They come up with them. They simply think it fits for their lifestyle, or maybe they come up with something that they want to indicate a category that they fit in. But it's very confusing to new people that come in because they don't know what to make of it. And they're like, what are these people doing? Creating some kind of like new diet that is different than carnivore or keto? I don't know what to say to that aspect. Is know that there is a difference between carnivore and keto. Keto can heal many conditions, but a lot of people lately have been coming up with more of going on a carnivorous-based diet helps them with more of their autoimmune conditions, their digestive conditions, blood pressure conditions, things of that nature. And there is a significant difference between the two, and you'll hear different doctors and stuff call carnivore dieting a subset of keto. And that is not true at all. If you look back in history, keto only started to really come around about the late 1700s to mid 1800s. Carnivorous eating has been around for thousands and thousands of years, not ketogenics. Ketogenics is a type of eating, or keto is a type of eating, but being in ketosis is the fact that you're just restricting enough of your carbohydrates and sugar intake to where your body is put into a state of ketosis. So you have higher level of ketones and lower blood sugar, and they offset each other, and this is a living lifestyle. Keto is not the same as carnivore. Carnivore is not a subset of keto. Carnivore has been out a lot longer than keto has. It wasn't even thought of before people knew that they ate a carnivorous diet. So these are some things that I'm trying to clear up for new people to let them know. Look, as you do this, you're going to create your own terms and stuff for things, and it can be very confusing because as a new person getting advice from somebody that is creating their own terms, they forget that maybe I should go back to a standard basis of knowledge and recommendation, and that way I'll be able to help people from like when I started keto, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and I was given direct, very precise information, and now all of a sudden, these doctors and stuff start talking about carnivore more, and then people start realizing carnivore actually heals a lot better than what they thought it did. Now they're coming up with all their own terms. Can I have avocado on a carnivorous diet? No, that's not part of a carnivorous diet. Can you have it? Yes, you can. Will it affect you? Probably not, but it is not a carnivore diet. That would be considered a ketogenic diet. It's very confusing, and we get a lot of questions over and over and over again about these things. And then people are like, whenever I come on a carnivorous diet, can I supplement vitamin C? And it's like, no, I mean, there's no like real rule to say that you can't. I mean, you shouldn't need that because with the reduction of sugar and carbohydrates to as close to zero as possible, you don't have glucose competing for a transporter, so you don't need as much vitamin C because now your body is able to use the trace vitamin C that's in meat more efficiently because it doesn't have to compete with so much glucose. So do you need vitamin C? Absolutely not. Can you take vitamin C? Sure you can. It's not going to hurt you. Potassium supplementation. If you can't have pounds and pounds of meat per day on a carnivorous diet, you have to supplement potassium or you're never going to get enough. Some people find that they're fine with really low dosing potassium, 1,000 milligrams, 2,000 milligrams. But some people find they still have to eat their 1.5 to 2 pound, 2.5 pounds of meat per day, and they still have to supplement with no salt or new salt or cream of tartar. They still feel like they have to add the extra sodium and stuff in. They still have to take a magnesium supplement before they go out at night or in the morning. Magnesium citrate is good for getting things moving. But there are different types of magnesium that people find success with. Just realize when you start a carnivorous diet, you're not going to be going to the bathroom as much. You're going to get some diarrhea, bloating effect in the beginning as you go through a transition phase, and it's the same thing with keto as well. Your large intestine sits lower than your small intestine. Your small intestine is going to do almost all the digesting of meat. So whatever matters there before it even gets to the large intestine is probably going to be used up. It's part of the reason why you don't go to the bathroom as much. It's highly digestible. A lot of people confuse constipation for not going, and that's not the thing. Just because you don't have to go, if you don't feel discomfort, you don't feel bloating, there's nothing really going on other than the fact you haven't went to the bathroom in a few days, relax. It's probably okay. You're probably going to go soon. It's probably okay. The terms that you're going to hear are ketovore, keto close, carniclose, keto vish, carnivish, and all this other stuff. When you hear those terms that are outside keto and carnivore, those are terms that people just made up to signify I'm closer to keto than I am carnivore, or I'm closer to carnivore than I am keto, but they're not actual terms that people use in the ketogenic medical field or the carnivorous eating plan. Those are not terms that are used. Those are terms that people simply make up to try to signify whether or not they are closer one way or the other, but they're not terms that actually say I'm carnivore or I'm keto. If you're adding MCT oils in, olive oils and stuff in, if you're adding nuts and things like that in and you're on a carnivorous diet, you're keto. That's what it boils down to. You'd be more in a ketogenic style dieting than you would carnivorous eating. If you're keto and you don't like the vegetables and the oils and stuff aren't doing you any good, and you've cut out all the excessive bulletproof coffee and you're just eating all meats and animal products, well, you can call yourself keto if you want. Remember, all the carnivore food fits in keto, but maybe some milk doesn't, because we don't drink milk on keto, but it can be acceptable, I guess, if you get the right thing, but it's not really on a ketogenic program. Almost all carnivore food fits on keto and can be very adaptable to keto, but keto does not fit on carnivore. You take out the vegetables and the fruits and stuff and all that, and you take out anything derived from anything other than an animal, because you might be fighting an autoimmune condition or some kind of blood pressure condition, or like an arthritis or psoriasis or eczema or something like that, and you might find carnivore actually helps you a lot better than keto does because of the oxalates and things like that may be in your diet eating keto. And a lot of people's digestive tract gets screwed up even further with the little bit of vegetables that you do have on keto. And if you're following Dr. Berg's program where you're eating 7 to 10 vegetables per day, but yet you still, or 7 to 10 cups of vegetables per day, but yet you're still having digestive issues and maybe some diverticulitis or colitis or something like that, well, you might want to step away from those vegetables completely and come to a carnivorous diet, which would include like meats, eggs, cheeses, dairy products, things of that nature. Some people throw salts and peppers and water and stuff in. There are people that have tea and coffee. Tea and coffee is not really on a carnivorous protocol, but people have it anyway. And then you might find some people that add herbs and seasoning and stuff in, but they try to make sure there's no sugar and carbs in the herbs and seasoning. And they call it carnivore, but technically, when you look at the grand scheme of things, a carnivorous diet is eating carnivorous foods. And that would be animal-based products, not just red meat, not just chicken, or not just animal-based products is what it boils down to. So for the new people that come into the group, making this video for you, where I can share this with you to kind of clear some things up, is yes, carnivores will supplement potassium, especially if you're a smaller person and you can't eat a lot of meat per day. You're not going to get enough potassium. Some people don't need as much potassium. Yes, we supplement salt. Yes, we will take magnesium. Some people decide they want to take vitamin C, and that's completely appropriate if that's what you want to do. On keto, you're still going to get potassium supplementation. You're still going to get salt. You're still going to get plenty of your fats and things like that. On a carnivorous protocol, we typically don't track. We typically eat, 1 to 2 meals a day, sometimes 3, and we just eat until satiety kicks in, listening to your body's signals, knowing when you're full. Some people have to track on a carnivorous diet because they just are addicted to food so much that that's just how they have to do it. Same with keto. There's a lot of people that just try to they only track their carbs, but they eat ketogenic food, and they just worry about staying under 20 grams of carbohydrates or less, and they still sometimes supplement potassium. They still take their vitamins and stuff like that, magnesium, sodium. They still do all that. But let's realize the two are not the same, and when you start hearing names outside of keto and carnivore, any name outside of that is a made-up name. And just realize that made-up name is not a particular protocol. Keto and carnivore are the diets. Anything that falls below that, where you start hearing names added together and stuff that just don't sound right, it's not a name for that signifies keto or carnivore. And I'm trying to get it in the group where people quit using that stuff so loosely and maybe just saying, look, I'm low carb, or look, I'm low carb, high fat. That's just what it is. Instead of all these other names that are created, at least we can say in that subset, low carb or low carb, high fat, we fit into all that no matter what name we make up. And it's sad because people are creating all these different names, and it's really confusing people as to what is what, and why are you eating that but you're calling yourself carne keto. It's confusing, and we're doing this to ourselves because we think we need to create a label for ourselves, and we need to quit doing that. It's not something that we should be doing, but that's just my opinion. Anyhow, this message is for predominantly new people that are trying to figure out what the heck's going on. I just wanted to share this with you guys, and if you want any more information, please message me in the message box below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I think I put out pretty good content, some delicious meals and stuff like that. I think it's worthy of a subscribe, and if you really feel good about it, then you can hit that little bell over on the right side. I don't know if it's over like down here somewhere or over here somewhere, but anyway, hit the bell and you'll get notified when I create a video. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Take care. God bless.